Bob Mack for The Interval. On this episode, we have a special local Philly area artist who was featured on Good Morning America, the Bing and Bong Show with Jimmy Buffett, and had their music video featured at Buffett's concert in Las Vegas. We think you're really going to dig this one. Be sure to hit the like and the subscribe buttons. So here we go with Luke O'Brien, sharing his views on making and marketing music, singing and rapping about love, trees, and coffee. Today I'm super excited to bring to you Luke O'Brien, a pop rapping musician, but he has more of an earth first vibe to him, so we like to think of him as more of like a earth pop hip hop kind of artist. Luke, welcome to the program.
Nailed it. Thank you for having me.
And what do you think of that description? Does that
I love it. We curated that like 10 minutes ago, and I think it's going to stick. Okay. Yeah.
All right. You can trademark it. You own it.
Oh, thank you.
Yours.
Thank you.
And just look at your content. It's really original. All yours. It's super cool. And I've really enjoyed getting to know you through your songs. One of the things that really struck me about your music is that you're telling stories. And it has some positivity, and you have a sense of humor. But that's not what you usually think of as someone who kind of raps. And a lot of your music is about rapping, or is of a rap type style. Mm-hmm. But you don't think of yourself as a rapper per se. How would you describe what you do?
Yeah, when I first started recording music, I definitely considered myself a rapper. I think my MySpace handle was myspace.com/LukeRaps, back when MySpace was a thing.
Right. You don't look that old.
Yeah, that was like 2009, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Or 07, I think, is when I started recording music. And I was just listening to so much rap music and so inspired by Jay-Z, Notorious B.I.G., Eminem, and also like Common and Talib Kweli, this more like conscious hip hop, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was studying poetry in school. And so I just naturally started writing on my own and taking pages out of those guys' books. I think it's so cool that you say I've enjoyed getting to know you through your music, because I put my full self into it. You know what I mean? Like I love the expression, write what you know. Mm-hmm. And so every time I write, I write about me and my experiences, because what else could I do?
Right.
But over time, I do think that sort of out of necessity, like, to go up on stage and just rap at people, mm-hmm. After like 8 or 10 songs, it's like, okay, like we've got the bars. But we, as a band, as we were growing, I felt like we all were kind of like, we started covering songs that had singing in it. And so I was like, now I need to learn this hook. But then I just kind of fell in love with melody and like creating melody, writing melodies, singing melody, and injecting that into my rap. So a lot of things I was writing as a rap first, and then maybe I could sing this part, and then that would become the chorus or something like that. So nowadays, like, I feel like my formula is like a 70-30 usually of singing to rap. Like when I set out to write a song, it's like a sing verse, a sing chorus, then maybe a rap verse, and then a chorus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Are you thinking melody when you write? Or are you
Yes.
thinking lyric first and then the melody follows?
Nowadays, Nowadays, usually they both come to me at the same time.
Okay.
So like all my writing nowadays is on my phone. Voice memos is like my probably #2 used app. Like if I'm driving, I hear like a lot of times I'll hear something that another artist is singing, someone that I'm listening to, and I love, like, even maybe just a word. The other day I was driving listening to this band called Camp. They spell it with 2 A's.
Right.
And the guy said something, he used the word shoulders. And I was like, ooh, for some reason I like that. And I also like my daughter, I love her shoulders. Mm-hmm. It's weird, but I'm just like, you got these nice athletic shoulders, like she's so cute. And so I started writing my own song, and I used the word, like, I love, it was something watching you grow older and the shape of your shoulders. And as you know, she is now, I think, my new muse. Right. It was my wife for my whole career, and now my daughter is. So like, mm-hmm. You know, it's like hard not to write songs about like people you love, you know? And so.
Well, I know you show that pride in one of my favorite songs is Dad of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a shout out anthem to being a dad and being proud of it, and all the muckiness that goes along with that too, especially raising a young child.
It's wild.
But it's like you made it fun. Like the whole
Totally.
idea of like, wish that song was available to me when I was raising my kids. it'd been more fun.
Totally, and that like was my purpose. Like I love some of my songs have a more serious tone, but every now and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go full tilt on the humor.
You go like almost gangster with it.
Yeah.
Right, you're kind of your chest out. You get your guys with you, and they're kind of getting their fist out. You're kind of doing like that kind of walk, and it's just like,
But I'm rapping about changing diapers.
Exactly.
Which is the irony, right? Like
it's
so that's what I was going for,
me
because I think it's like I want this song to serve as as comedic relief for people who are going through what I'm going through, because parenting is no joke. Like it's wild, like you said. So yeah, I wanted it to be fun, and then we shot a music video for it, so that became a reason for everyone to come out and physically partake in that comedic relief and be like, oh, this is a fun time. And I think we just booked my next show on Father's Day at the Slapbox in Melbourne. I think that's a great idea.
Right. I think, if you can honor Father's Day at a place where you can get some beers and kids and listen to you sing, that would be a fantastic time. So how did you get to this point? Like, did you just wake up one day and said, yeah, I want to do the rap thing? Or as it was, did you have influence? You had a friend that was into it, or your parents were into it?
Yeah.
Not just a rap per se, but becoming a musician. Where did that begin?
Right. So I had a friend in college who I met who was producing beats. He was using Fruity Loops to make instrumentals. He was from Brooklyn, New York. John Fitch is his name. And he was the person who like first brought me in a studio and was like, stand in front of this microphone and sing while I record, and then we're going to make a song. And I can remember, and this was in college, and he was taking piano at the time, so we had access to the studios on campus. And we went over, we recorded this song called Hands Up. It's just really like, anthem, it was like a very like easy way to get into music, this sort of bridge into that world. And I can remember he bounced the song out and put it on my iPod. And I had my headphones in, and I was walking across campus by myself at night, listening to myself, and I was like, oh my God, like, I have to keep doing this.
Okay.
Like, so John Fitch, I mean, I think it would have happened either way, because like I was just destined to record and express myself in that way, but like John Fitch holds such a special place in my heart, because then him and I made a whole album called Luke and John. And that was the first project we did. We were the guys in college, like everyone was out at the bars. And we borrowed, my sister went to the same college as I, and since she was a couple grades above, she could have her car on campus. So we borrowed her car, and we'd ride around listening to Lil Wayne and smoking marijuana and writing songs. And that was all that we wanted to do.
That's a great combination.
It is, yeah.
A lot of great music's been created that way.
Hope you enjoyed the interview with Luke O'Brien. We have part 2 coming up soon. Please hit the like button and subscribe so you can be notified when it's released.